Does this feel like you? Struggling to find a reason why you should even get out of bed? Dreading the start of a brand new day? Do you feel stuck in a routine, in a loop that feels like a never-ending Monday? Do your days feel slow? Do the weekends come and go as fast as they come? And do weeks run by and blur into each other, making you feel like your life is just passing by? And if you're truly honest with yourself, do you feel like a modern-day slave? If this is you, then welcome to the channel. So the purpose of this video is to show you how you can escape the feeling of being trapped, of being lost, of being undervalued. Most importantly, I want to show you how to get out of this victim mentality of feeling like your job has dominion over you, feeling like your boss has dominion over you, because that is the farthest thing from the truth. If I'm successful, by the end of this video, you will see that your job can be used as a tool to get you from this life of living in a cycle to a life where you're living the life of your dreams. So I'm here to show you how to shift that mentality and understand that you have the power. You're not a slave. You're not a slave to your job. Your time is yours and you can design your life in any way that you can, and your job can help you get to the life that you want. So let's get into it. Now, for years, I found myself in a relentless cycle, a loop that felt like a never-ending Monday. And you know, we all love Monday. The days were painful. Monday came as fast as the weekend went. You know that feeling when you feel like you could use a 3-day weekend? Like I barely just put my laptop down on Friday and all of a sudden I have to pick it back up. And I woke up each and every day lacking the motivation to do it all over again. I was deep into the world of audit and accountancy. And after more than 5 years, I felt exhausted, undervalued, and what's worse, I had little to show for all my hard work. Every single month, the fruits of my labor seemed to vanish into the hands of other people. Taxes, landlords, utility bills, subscriptions, name it. This left me with a hollow sense of unfulfillment. But then a wake-up call hit me like a ton of bricks. I couldn't continue down this path. I wanted more from life, as we all do. More than a routine that led from Monday to Monday, more than being used by others to build their dreams, while mine felt elusive. Even just thinking about it. So since that pivotal moment, I've embarked on a journey to discover and fulfill my full potential. And I want you guys to join me on this journey. You see, there is one thing that can be said about each and every one of us. We all want something. Each and every one of us has dreams, aspirations, and things we want to be, and a life we want to live. And that can be said about each and every one of us. None of us was born with a keyboard or a laptop in our hands. But if there is, I would love to see that person. We were all born beautiful, unique, and we all have great potential lying within us. Yes, each and every one of you has greatness lying within. You can be whoever you want to be. All you have to do is make that change. So today I want to share with you some of the ways that I have been able to change my own narrative. You see, I managed to change the way I see myself and the way I view my circumstances around me, from what I can only describe as living a life of modern day slavery to one where I look forward to each and every day and wake up with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And this has enabled me to have a reason why I wake up every single day. Number one is discovering a passion and a purpose. So one of the key shifts in my life has been discovering my passion. I discovered joy in helping and teaching others. Right from high school and uni, I've always had this passion for helping others. I used to have discussion groups where I would help people out who needed support. So that would be anything from showing them how to go about attempting questions step by step, helping them understand a difficult topic, even creating some more questions like from the stuff that I read. I've always loved helping people, and that has been a part of me from day one. So lately, I've been able to lean into this passion, which has led me to starting this YouTube channel and my weekly newsletter, where I share practical tips to help people change their mindsets from one of negativity to one of positivity and success, and also help people, those who feel like they're trapped and want to find that financial freedom. So more recently, I've really fallen in love with real estate, and that is my second passion. So these days, I devote a lot of time and resources into researching real estate opportunities, going for seminars, paying for one-on-one sessions with mentors who are in this real estate space. And this has led me to actually investing in real estate. So I'll give you an example. So recently this year, I think about April, May time, I managed to go back home. And through the savings that I had, with the little savings that I had, I was able to buy a piece of land in my homeland, which one day I know, God, you're hearing me, I know I'm going to put a block of apartments on that piece of land to generate for me some passive income. And I get out of this 9-to-5 slavery. Now, this is something I'm very proud of, to be honest. I'm not here to brag, but I'm just showing you how I was able to do it. And obviously, these savings came through my day job. What discovering a passion does for you is really amazing. Like, it gives you that inner joy, that sense of ownership of something that is truly yours in this life. So finding that passion for me meant that I could wake up every day looking forward to something. I'm not just dreading, oh my God, I'm going to work, oh my God, I have to deal with this boss, oh my God, I have to deal with this deadline. No, I wake up with a purpose because I now have something to look forward to. I have my YouTube to look forward to. I have my newsletter to look forward to. I can script my videos. I can read about my real estate. I can find new ways of investing. Those are the things that are mine, things that no one can take from me, right? That's what a passion gives you. So it gives you that reason to wake up every single day because you realize that this day of mine doesn't have to only be filled with things I dread. It can also be a day filled with some things that are mine and are personal to me, that I love, that give me joy. It gives you a reason to wake up. It gives you something to look forward to, guys. So find that passion. And when you find it, remember that that's something that you also wake up to. And this has given me a different appreciation for my job. So I want to encourage you to take time and find out what truly brings you joy. What is your passion? What makes you happy? Take your time and think about that. What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What lights up your world? And when you find that thing, I want you to nurture it, grow it, and put as much time as you can away from your day job into that thing. Trust me, your days will change. You will wake up with something to look forward to. Also, consider how you can incorporate your passions into your regular job. And if you can't do that, then find a way of getting a side hustle that's aligned to your passions. The second point is putting learning into action. Now, I know I've talked about this a lot in my previous videos, but action is key. You see, learning is powerful, very powerful, but action is transformative. The only way you can actually transform your life is through putting the things you learn into action. So for me, every single month, you know how I said the worst part of this whole feeling like a slave thing was because I would reach the end of the month and I have nothing short for my hard work. The moment the money comes in, it immediately goes the same way out through bills and rent and things of that nature. So what I started to do in terms of putting learning into action, every single month I started to pay myself first. Now, I covered this in a previous video, but if you don't know what paying yourself first means, so the moment money comes in, the first thing you do before paying bills and rent and all that is put some money aside for your goals and your ambitions, and that is your savings. Yeah, so every month I've been practicing what I preach. I pay myself first diligently, and I've been doing so for a while. Actually, to be honest, that's what enabled me to buy the piece of real estate in my homeland that I mentioned a bit earlier. Otherwise, I would not be able to do that. So this practice of paying myself first and building up my savings has enabled me to build a financial foundation, a strong one, that has enabled me to, like I've said, buy land and turn the things I've been learning into tangible, meaningful progress. So why I bring this up, for me, why this has been very transformative is because every single time I look at my bank account and I'm able to see that savings in there, it really changes the way I feel. Like, it actually makes me feel like there's some tangible presence of my hard work. You guys, you don't know how hard it is to work so many years and look at your bank account and it's dry. Oh my God, that can send chills down your stomach. So anytime I need that motivation, anytime I need that reminder that my efforts are going somewhere, I simply look at my savings, I simply look at my land title, right? And then I simply look at the plans that I have forward, let's say to develop my land. Like, that's intrinsic motivation enough to know that, oh, this job is not for nothing. I'm not slaving away for nothing, and I have a plan to get myself out of this situation. So that enables me to change my mind from one of mourning, one of constantly dreading waking up, to knowing that, oh my God, look, oh, I get to wake up today and earn more money, which is going to enable me to save more, invest more, and get out of this shithole as soon as possible. So action is what transforms your life. It gives you those so for me, action has given me those tangible things that have enabled me to get that intrinsic motivation to get up every day and go back and grind. So I don't feel like a slave anymore. Guys, remember, slaves never used to own shit. They never used to own anything. Don't be a super slave. It's bad enough that you're working long hours. You're being abused by your boss. You're being undervalued. They're not promoting you. You have to play work politics. And on top of that, so you already feel like a slave. You're in this cycle. But on top of that, you don't own anything. My God, like for me, I cringe when I think about that, because that is reminiscent of the slaves back then, where you're not allowed to own anything. So for me, I just can't deal with that. But I don't want you to come here and just listen to me and go back into your routine and come back again. No, I want you to start turning what you learn into action, because that's what's going to transform your life and transform that feeling you have of slaving away, of your life is just moving away and you have nothing to do about it. And trust me, when you start seeing the fruits of your actions, those tangible things, that land title, that swelling savings account, trust me, you will feel a whole lot different about your job, and you will realize the potential that it has to get you to the place that you want to be. So the last thing I want to talk about is creating intentional time for your dreams. So part of my transformative journey, to be honest, has been realizing the need to create intentional time for my dreams. So what I've done is I've committed to intentionally putting aside time each and every single day to activities that align with my passions and that take me towards my dreams. So around 2018 is when I realized this, to be honest. And this was after 3 years of being in audit and accounting. So I realized that, I'm only contracted from 9 to 5 with a lunch break in between. So here's what I started to do. I started creating time around this 9 to 5 commitment. So this is what I mean. Let's do some math real quick, right? We each have 24 hours in the day. We have 24 hours in the day, all of us. You're contracted from 9 to 5 for most people, which let's round it up to 8 hours, because an 8-hour shift I think is a good estimate for most people's workflow, right? So let's take away 8 hours. That leaves you 16 hours. So basically, you have 16 whole hours outside of your work commitment that you have freedom of choice with. In those 16 hours, you're not a slave. In those 16 hours, you have freedom to do whatever you want and please, right? But let's put away sleep, obviously. Let's take away sleep. Let's be generous and say you want sleep for 8 hours, as most people recommend, right? So we have 16 hours to ourselves. Let's take away 8 hours to sleep, and that leaves you with 8. So basically, you have 8 hours on every single day. You literally have 8 hours. In those 8 hours, you're not contracted to anyone. You're not obligated to be anywhere or anywhere. You literally have autonomy over your time in those 8 hours, meaning you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want in those 8 hours. Correct? So most people don't realize this. And that's the thing that I was also in this boat. I did not realize this. My whole life revolved around these 8 hours of 9 to 5. So before 9, all I've been doing is mourning about having to wake up and go to work and thinking about all those deadlines I have. After 5, all I would be doing is mourning about the day I've had in the 9 to 5, right? And then go home, mourn about it, and then watch TV, watch Netflix, chill, and do a million other things, and repeat the next day. 3 years go by, you've not realized that you're in a loop. So this is what changed for me. Guys, when I realized that I have 8 hours to do with as I please, beyond this 9 to 5, this is what I did. Number one, I started waking up much earlier than 9. So what that meant for me was waking up like 5 or 5:30. So what that means is I give myself about 3.5 hours of a head start on the day. Now, obviously you have to change, you have to get ready for work and do what, but give or take, you have about 2 hours. Say you get ready in an hour. You have about 2 hours to yourself at the beginning of the day. So in that time, what I would do is I would read my books, I would grab my books, read them, read about real estate, read about how to get out of this 9 to 5 routine and I would completely dedicate that to my dreams. Now, you might not be a morning person, so during my lunch break, that 1 hour that I have, I would also be dedicating that to my dreams. So what I would do is, I love listening to audiobooks. So what I would do is I would plug in my audiobooks, those transformative and inspirational books, plug them in as I'm eating, so that also my 1 hour is very useful and is taking me forward. You get what I mean? Now, that's during the work time. So remember, I've woken up early. I've used like 2 hours to myself, to my dreams. So I'm scripting, I'm doing whatever. During work, also that 1 hour break, I'm dedicating it to myself. So I'm reading my books. So after work, what I would do is, what I used to do was I would waste a lot of time. I'm watching Netflix. I'm moaning to my wife about my day, about this person who pissed me off, who did this, who was being unreasonable. So I stopped all that. So when I come home, first thing I do, I would dedicate a time block to doing my own thing. So usually that's about 2 to 3 hours to myself. So for example, now what that looks like is I would do like an hour in the gym. After work, I will script my videos for like an hour. I'll do some research into more videos for another hour. I'll edit my videos for like another hour. I'll research on a topic for my like weekly newsletter as well. So that's what I do after work. Now, of course, I have to also spend time with my wife, have a meal, have dinner together, find out about her day, and spend some quality time with her and build our relationship. Now, this is not an audit into what I do, but guys, this is an example of how I changed from doing all that funny stuff in and around the 9 to 5, so before or after, to now intentionally using that time before and after work to actually work on my dreams, work on my ambitions, and move me forward. And that's why I'm where I'm at right now. For example, today is Wednesday. I had a full day of work up to 5, but here I am shooting my video. I'm literally recording this in my living room. This is I think 8 p.m. This is me showing you that I'm actually dedicating my time after work to do my thing, to do me, to do my thing. So hopefully that can help you as well. So hopefully this example can show you guys that 9 to 5 does not mean your demise. 9 to 5 does not mean you're a slave all your life. No. In fact, 9 to 5 is a small portion of your overall day. If you realize this, you understand that you have way more hours in the day than this time from 9 to 5 that you gave away to this job. You still have plenty of time to be able to do whatever you want and take steps towards your dreams and ambitions. Because a lot of people, it's very easy to blame your circumstances or where you are to a lack of time. You say, oh, I have to work, I have kids, I have that. No, please. You have plenty of time. Just create it. Find ways of shaving off some of the things that you do that are unproductive. Binging Netflix, going to gossip with the girls, going to gossip with your best friend. No, cut that. Shave off some of that stuff and you will realize that you do have time to be able to allocate towards your dreams. 9 to 5 is not a death sentence, which is not. But only you realize it's not and start changing. Power to the people. Now, the 9 to 5 is still part of my life, but it's no longer a sense of dread. No. Through these things that I've shared with you guys, my life has been able to transform from one of dread to one where I look forward to waking up every day, to one where each day I take steps towards achieving my goals. And that has completely transformed the way I look at life and the way I feel about the job that I'm doing. Because it's no longer, my life is no longer about this job. It has less power over me. This job has less power over me. I'm able to take people's bullshit because I know I have things to look forward to. My life has a purpose and it has a meaning. And I am actively driving that purpose and meaning. And here's the thing, I'm not sharing this as a testament to my achievements, but as an invitation to each and every one of you to embark on this journey as well. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully now you can see that you don't have to be a victim in this. You don't have to be a victim in this job of yours. You woke up one day and chose this job. You signed that contract. But this job is not the death of you. You did not sign a death warrant. Your job can be a tool. It doesn't have to only be the thing that stresses you out, that thing that worries you, that thing that keeps you up at night or prevents you from sleeping. No. Hopefully now you can see that this same job that pisses you off, that stresses you, that you hate going to every single day. Hopefully you can see now that this same job can be a tool that you can use to achieve the dreams that you want. But it's all about understanding that you're not a slave, understanding that your time is yours, understanding that you have all the time in the world, in spite of having a job, to create the life that you want. So it's time now to take charge. So wake up and start living. Peace, guys.